All right, here we are for another episode of Off the Grid. I wanted to welcome my next guest. He's a dope MC and a steady fixture in the Bay Area, very active in the scene and always cooking up something dope for hip hop. Wanted to welcome Cochise, brother. How are you today? Thank you for taking time to do this on a holiday and right after work. How are you?
Yeah, man, it's all good, man. I appreciate it. Man, I'm doing good. Just working one way or the other.
Yeah, hey man, before I go into all the awesome music that you make and all the things that you do, I really want to go back and learn Cochise as a person and figure out what your first exposure was to music. Do you recall some of the early stuff that your parents were listening to at a young age?
Yeah. Well, so like I'm from the Southwest originally, from like New
Mm.
Mexico and Colorado and stuff.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, so my parents were always into music. They always had like a vinyl collection and everything too. So they would just be listening to vinyls, and this was back in the day where when we go on road trips, they would just record tapes off vinyl and everything. So we would just have music to listen to. So always
Yeah.
been in listening to music my whole life.
Yeah.
You know
How
what I'm
old were you when you moved from New Mexico to Cali? Was it were you very young or still a
saying?
baby
I
or
was like 15.
oh okay. Oh man, so you
Yeah,
spent
it's
some
like high
time.
school. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you got into hip hop when you were still in New Mexico, man. Do you recall the introduction to rap? Like what first caught your ear in terms of rap music?
Um, Man, first time I ever heard it, it was like I lived in like a college town in like the middle of nowhere, like the mountains. So
Okay.
first time I heard it, it was like at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and like it was like playing on the college, and I was like, "Yo, what is this?" So I was just like start waking, like listening to all that shit, like because that's the only exposure I would have. Other than
Yeah.
like MTV and stuff. So
Yeah, did you and so were you in Albuquerque? I know Albuquerque has a pretty good independent hip hop scene, or were you outside of that?
well, I was born in Albuquerque, but
Okay.
I went to I was more from like the Four Corners area, like Shiprock, New Mexico. So
Gotcha. Okay,
yeah,
man. I gotta make it out there sometime, man. I heard it's a cool place, man. And
yeah,
yeah,
man,
I gotta go
it's
see
cool.
Area 51 too. So yeah. Well, awesome, man. Hey, did you give rapping a shot when you were still in New Mexico, or was that something that you picked up when you moved to the Bay? And did you move from New Mexico to the Bay Area or somewhere else in Cali?
Yeah, I moved to the Bay Area. I moved to
Okay.
San Jose at first for like a couple months, and then moved to
Right on.
making the Redwood City. But yeah, in
Yeah.
New Mexico, I was always I was into hip hop and rapping and everything back there too. I was battle out there.
Oh, is that so you started as a battle MC then?
Yeah, battling and just rapping.
Nice.
You know,
Yeah. And then when did you actually start getting down and recording music? Was that in your high school years in San Jose?
no, that was like when I was like more out here. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Redwood City and stuff like that. Like
Okay.
used to when I was in Redwood City, I did a lot. Like just met a lot of people in high school.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like Wu Syndicate. Um,
Yeah.
their, their engineer was like right down the street from my high school. So
Oh, in Cali. Crazy.
yeah, so there was that, and then just a bunch of people like Bay Area cats and shit. So it was fun. And then
Yeah.
doing everything with Jster and everything too. So that's the
Yeah.
homie.
Oh, that's awesome, man. And so, yeah, I mean, like, who do you think, as sitting here today and you look back, who were some of those inspirational rappers, or what were some of the key albums that kind of, have a special place in your heart in terms of developing
Man,
who you are today as an MC?
gotta say 36 Chambers.
All day, yeah, yeah,
That's like my one of
yeah,
my favorite albums of all time. 36 Chambers.
yeah,
Growing up listening to like a lot of like Big Daddy Kane, Cooley
yeah.
rap.
East
You
Coast
know,
head, man. What about Bay Area rap, man? Did you like any of that stuff at all? Man, I
yeah,
love me
yeah.
some Bay
I
Area.
was like Souls and High
Yeah,
Road. So all
yeah.
that was cool.
Now, what about
You
the
know what I'm saying?
gangster rap like Too Short, JT the Bigger
Yeah, yeah.
Figure?
I always
Yeah,
listened to Too Short and everything. So I
yeah.
was a big Too Short fan when I was a little kid.
Nice, man. Yeah, Bay Area is a cool place to just get down and start some music, man. Very welcoming, very diverse, and so that's
Definitely.
awesome, man. Well, what about other music? You have any other genres that you like to listen to outside of rap?
Yeah, I've listened to a little bit of everything, honestly. Some jazz, some dark wave. I listen to, some soul music. I'll listen
Yeah,
to like some electronic, some jungle, some shit. I listen to everything. I'm across the board with it.
yeah. No, I hear you, man. Yeah, and so did you? Was it always rapping, or did you dabble into any other element of hip hop?
Yeah, used to make beats and everything too. I mean, I
Oh
still do
man.
make beats every now and then,
Okay.
but I figured like I shouldn't even be making beats if like all my best friends are like producers and they're making beats all day. It's like I might as well just be rapping.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. You got a great network of people making
Yeah,
beats,
so
and so yeah, yeah. And do you get into the mixing and mastering side of things, or are you strictly MC and you
mainly
record?
rapping. I've sat in a lot of engineering, mixing, mastering sessions for my
Yeah,
music and everything too. So I do kind of know like what it should sound like and everything, but I don't think that I
yeah,
have like I'm not doing that.
yeah, yeah. No, you're right. I
Yeah,
think I'm the same way too, man. I just like I want to spend all my time doing
yeah. I,
something
u-
that I enjoy the most. Yeah.
I mean, I used to do graffiti a lot, but yeah,
Oh,
we stopped doing that. I stopped doing that personally. Once people started going to jail, I was like, no, I'm good.
right, 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 right. You got to stretch that career
Yeah,
along, man. That's good, man. And so, yeah, hey, you got your experience with writing music in high school, and do you recall the first time that you performed and got on stage? How was that?
man, it's crazy. It's always like you know, I feel like if you're not nervous, then it's like you don't love it. You don't love the shit no more.
Dude, that's a great point.
Yeah,
It's always good to be a little nervous, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree. And was that the first time you performed? Was it in San Jose, or were you in the
Nah,
Bay? You came out to the city?
hmm. I think it was in like Hayward or something like that in high school.
Okay. Oh man. All right.
They threw like a show in Hayward, like on like the backsides of A Street or something. It was like in like a house. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But that was like one of my first ones out here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great point that you mentioned, man. Just being a little nervous or antsy before you get on stage. Yeah, I agree with you, man. You get that butterflies in your stomach because you're ready to perform and rip it. So I like that, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't, then kind of you lost the excitement, maybe. But yeah, I see your point, man. I think that's great, man. Yeah, and so awesome, man. And did you catch any Olympics, man? Did you do any break dancing? Did you see any
You
of
know
that?
what? I didn't. I missed it, but I'd seen all the memes, and I feel like I didn't really miss much.
Oh man, it was great. Minus the gal from Australia. That was kind of crazy, but
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Did you give breakdancing a chance too, or was it mostly graffiti and then
I've always been a fan of breakdancing, but I just couldn't do it.
uh, and DJing? Did you ever give DJing a shot at all?
I mean, I not really. No, not really. It's kind of just
Yeah, I didn't have the money
mainly
to
just
buy the equipment, man.
yeah,
So
exactly. So it's like never had time to actually really
yeah,
practice any of that. But
yeah.
yeah,
Well, hey man, as you were crafting your rhymes and as you started studying on what it was like to be an MC and then becoming an MC, did you kind of model your style off of someone at first, or hey, did you say, oh, I want to be like this dude? And then, I mean, obviously you develop your own style later on, but was there someone that you just really looked up to and just was always looking for their releases online or albums?
I was always like listening to just like anything and everything. So
Okay.
like, so back in the day when like me and my best one of my best friends, Steady Lampin, like when I went to high school with him, we had like a hip hop group and everything. There was a program called Soul Seek, and I had like at least like 158 gigabytes of just underground hip hop, like
Ah, that's dope, man.
everywhere. And so we were just constantly listening to music and sharing music with people, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's how like it's one of the ways I got like to know like Vincent Price and Green Llama, you know what I'm saying, DiBiase and all them cats.
Yeah, a Soulseek guy. So I'm not familiar with that program. Is that like the Napster of your time? So man,
It's
I'll probably need it myself.
it's meant for sharing like underground music, like hard to find music and everything. It's like a
Oh,
college. It started like as a college thing. You
dope.
just basically just have a hard drive and you upload it to the internet, and people could just look at all your music and
Oh
just share
man,
music.
that's pretty sick, man. Well, good, man. Hey, so you're a rapper now. You performed out in Hayward, and so what MC name did you start with, man? Has it always been Cochise? And can you give me the backstory behind your name?
I had a different name before Cochise. That never really went by it though. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But made like a few tracks, but never really did anything with them.
Yeah.
And then yeah, just going one day, me and Steady Lampin were just like talking about like I think we were watching the Warriors or some shit. And Cochise was up in there, and then like I was like, "Yo, this Cheese right there." And he's like, "Look, he's a black Native American. He's wearing a headdress and shit." I was like, "You got?" He's like, "Your name's Cochise." so,
That's
so
where it
then I
came
did
from.
like my research and everything. It just kind of makes sense, like Native American and everything too, like coming from that area.
Nice, man. Yeah, and so that stuck. That's awesome, man. And yeah, just I'm always fascinated with stories on how you get your MC name and or folks in general get their names, man. It's pretty awesome, man. And so that stuck. And so that's awesome, man. And so let's talk about just how the scene was, man. So was it pretty welcoming? Was your environment out in the Bay Area? Was everybody welcoming in terms of a brand new rapper, or did you feel like you had to earn your stripes and everybody was like trying to battle, or how do
It
you
was
feel? How was that experience?
it's crazy because like in high school, I got into like a good friend of mine brought me into the Zulu Nation out here. So I was all tribes when I was even in high school. So that was kind of easy, like an easy way in just to know everybody, like to be around everybody because this was before the BAM shit happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all that shit was like it was just an easy way just to get to know everybody. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Oh man. Hey, so
that's how I slid in.
ah, well, say, see, I'm not even like familiar with the process of getting into Zulu Nation. Is that something you're able to share, um,
I mean,
or
it's
is it
just like
just
it was like my homies, like there was just all my friends. They were once I met one, and then I met them all. Like they were all just friends like that. We are just kicking it all the time. So there, I was basically just Zulu, and then it got down to the point where
see?
took the test and everything. So you know what I mean.
Yeah, and so
Met
when
met Bam and everything, kicked it with the Suns and shit. So
yeah, that must have
yeah,
been wild because the access to all things hip hop must have been. I mean, it just exponentially grew bigger and bigger, and so that's pretty awesome, man. And did you find did you were you performing a lot during high school, or was it after high school when you started kind of blossoming as a full bloom MC? Well, when did you start like
uh,
getting?
probably like honestly around like a good 7 8 years ago.
Okay,
Kind of got my so I was going through life and shit. You know what I mean, having kids and all this other shit. So yeah.
yeah, yeah, and so okay, so at some point, every MC, man, you freestyle, you learn how to make music, you find people who make beats. Do you recall the moment in your life when you were like, man, I gotta record an album now, man? So, do you remember that time, and how long ago was that? And can you talk to me about the experience
Hmm.
behind putting your first album together? Man?
So like my first solo album, that's kind of crazy because it's like I was supposed to have multiple albums out, but my very first one that came out, The Waterhouse,
Okay.
that that one that one was like a labor of love because it was like I was just recording so much music at the time
Oh,
between those three artists that made all the beats, Architect, Fanatic, and Ferragamo. I'd
yep.
already had like two albums with Ferragamo, but they never came out. You know, like I'd already had a couple albums with Fanatic.
So
You know,
wow,
and Architect. I've already had three albums out with him already at that point, so
man.
it was kind of just made sense how to do that. But like even before that, I was like part of like this whole crew and everything too. At one point, like five of us, and it was just crazy, man. And I just like I said, I've been making music the whole time, but this is like the time in my life where I'm actually releasing music
Yeah.
like under my own name and everything, making it my own product.
You mentioned three major players in the Bay Area scene, man. So you mentioned Architect, Fanatic, Ferragamo, and then most recently Telly McLean, right? Did a little
Yeah,
bit
telling.
some work with
Yeah.
him too. Hey, can you tell me on the story on how you met those guys and just how it
Yeah.
came to be in terms of like making these projects? And you're welcome to start one by one, or if it's a group.
I'll start from the
I love to
beginning
hear
then.
that story.
Before
Yeah.
the first one I met out of them was Ferragamo, and I met him
Okay.
as soon as he came out of coma at think it was at I was with a bunch of Zulu cats, and we got some fucking hip hop show at Shoreline Amphitheater in Mountain
Yeah,
View.
Shoreline. Yep.
Yeah,
Oh
so it
yeah.
was one of, I forget which festival it was. It was a hip hop one, and then that's when my homie Del Rocks came up to me, and he's like, "Yo, man," he's like, "This is my boy Ferragamo." He's like, "He just got out and he's up," and I was like, "Oh, for sure." So then do the handshake and everything, started kicking it with him after that, and then me and him just started making music and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was even before I met Architect. Architect was after that. Like, actually, it's weird. I actually emailed him, and then we just started making music.
That's awesome, man.
And then yeah, ever since then, like me and him just been kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Making
Yeah.
music.
Ferragamo's in the Bay Area now too. Where's he stay?
Yeah, he's in the Bay Area right now.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, an architect, obviously in the Bay too.
Yep.
Has done, yeah. I mean, San Jose, OG, Homeless Derelicts, and then Fanatic
Hmm.
too. Another amazing guy, and I believe
Yeah.
you're quite tight with Fanatic too as well, right? So,
But yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that's my brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? There've been many sleepless nights where you couldn't do anything, go anywhere but make music in a certain place, and that's what we did.
that's awesome, man.
I
Yeah,
was
and
living with Yeah,
yeah,
I was living with Cold Shoulder,
yep,
and Fanatic was just chilling, and he was always in the city, and he's like, "Yo, I got time to record." So we would just go boom, go record right then and there.
that
And then
is
me and
crazy,
Shoulder
man.
have like two albums that didn't even come out.
Yeah, I mean those guys make beats for days, so so you're right, man. It's like, why make beats when you got masters at the game, man. So that's crazy, man. Just the exposure and your access to amazing beats. I could see why you're just like, I'm just gonna write, man. Focus on recording
Yeah, it's
music,
like,
man.
man, it's like I'm in fail in comparison. I might be able to make some sick shit, but it's kind of just like there's no point for me at this point. There's no satisfaction behind it on my end
Yeah,
because it's just making beats, and these other motherfuckers are doing this all day.
yeah. And so how did you meet Telly McLean? Can you tell me a little bit about him too as well?
It's crazy because I was living in Redwood City, and he's living in East Palo Alto,
Okay.
and I seen him on Instagram, and I saw that he was in East Palo Alto, so I just hit him up, and I was like, "Yo, man, you in East Palo Alto? I'm in Redwood City. Like, let's fucking get down a little bit." You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So then start kicking it with him at his house and making music and shit. Man, we just got fucking, I don't even know. Like, we got like 30, 45 songs that
Oh my
just tucked
god.
away.
Yeah. Oh man, you gotta get that stuff out, man. Man, a lot of stuff I've been hearing, man, I've been really enjoying too as well. So yeah, hey, are you recording at your spot or do you always hit in the studio or your friend's spot? Do you have the
Uh,
luxury of rapping at home?
no, I don't have the luxury of rapping here, but if I did, I would be recording here all the time.
Oh man, probably double,
Yeah.
triple what you're putting out now, man. So
Yeah, exactly. I just got to get, get a couple things in order, right? And then I think I got it.
yeah, that's super awesome, man. Yeah, and Bay Area scene, man, super awesome, man. And again, man, just you're not short of friends that make beats, man. And I wanted to get into some of the music that I was fortunate enough to listen to, man. And I got a chance to go through the Book of Jonah with Cold Shoulder, and you mentioned him too. Can you tell me a little bit about him and how that track came about that was produced by Fanatic on Beats?
Yeah. Like I said, I was living with Coach Shoulder in San Francisco,
Yep.
and we were just kicking. We were making music almost every single day, just not on this little fucking baby microphone that was like on his computer and shit. And then Fanatic just mixed and mastered it and everything. Yeah, it was cool. That song came about just during that time when we were just making every day. We are trying to make us fucking song, and then
Yeah.
just happened to be originally Little Flower Nasty was not on the chorus when we actually recorded it. It was actually me singing her whatever she was singing. I was rapping.
Right.
Then we just had her come in and actually do what I was saying was singing.
Yeah, and she's from the Bay Area too, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I just learned about her music too as well, man, and just it's so dope to see just you know a
yeah, yeah, definitely.
great network of musicians and artists out in the Bay, man. So I'm from Vacaville, so I live out a little bit
Oh, okay.
north from you guys, but I'm in Hawaii now. So yeah, man, I just miss Cali, man, and just the I don't know, so it's good, man, to see it's blossoming like that. And
Yeah, man.
yeah, and you just got stuff left and right, man. And thank you for sending me the preview of your one night single. That's another dope song too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
Cosmic
that's
Law made that beat.
yeah, and you mentioned to me that you had a 12-inch with the architect getting ready to come out, man.
Oh, it's
Which
actually like a 45 inch.
oh 45. Okay,
Yeah, my fault.
no, it's okay. Yeah, yeah. You're talking about the little 7-inch, right, on the
Yeah,
45.
yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
awesome, man. So what's the story behind that? Can you share some info?
Yeah, I got a track with Mickey Diamond, and Architect did the beat. So it's gonna be that track, and then everything else is just like instrumentals from Architect.
Yeah.
Trying to get more than that. And then the second one that's coming out, we're gonna do is with Cambada.
Oh,
So
man.
I'm trying to
Cool.
keep that up.
Yeah. Do you guys have an anticipated release date for that, or is that still in the works?
It's actually everything's the ball's rolling. We're just waiting on the on shit to come back.
Oh, nice, man. Awesome. So any minute now. Yeah, that always
Yeah,
sucks,
yeah,
man. The wait for the vinyl, man. It's always
yeah,
quite long,
exactly.
man. So, hey, awesome, man. I look forward to hearing that. And man, Architect is just man, he's crazy on the beats, man.
Yeah, man, I'm
Um,
just nuts.
yeah, hey, another one that I really enjoyed from you was your project, Cochise and Friends, Volume One, and it's a collection of a bunch of songs that you did with so many ill people. Can you tell me a little bit about the concept behind that project? How long it took to make? Because it sometimes it takes forever with different people. Sometimes,
Right,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
man. That's I mean, I love that album. It took like about a year, maybe like a
yeah,
little bit longer than that to make.
yeah.
Just because getting it was originally I was just making tracks, and then me and Architect were just like, okay, let's just get everybody that you know. He's like, everyone you know, and put them on an album, and we'll call it like we'll release it as like a compilation, but under your name.
Right.
And then it was just basically me just curating everything after that. It's like I was just like, yo, I would text him, I would hit him, call him, and be like, yo, I got the line on like Don Pacino. I need the Don Pacino beat. So then he just shoot me
Oh,
like some beats, and then or be like, yo, I got the line on Mickey Diamond, and then he would just shoot me beats like be like, yo, here's the one, like here, and or just like be like, yo, I got Left Lane Did on, or like I got Bernie or some shit.
yeah, that's really cool, man. And did you do the art for the album? And do you do the art for all your projects?
No, my homie from LA, he's part of the street team for Rhymefest LA. He did that um, graphic
That's
cover
all.
for me on that one.
Yeah, super awesome. Yeah, that project was great, man. Just song after song. I was really enjoying it. And yeah, man, just yeah, great listen, man. Did you end up putting that on CD or was that a digital release?
It's a digital release for the moment. I'm waiting for the anniversary to come out with the actual physical product. Then
Yeah.
I'm gonna have like some
Okay.
merch and shit for it too. I'm like like a do rag and shit like that.
When did the album how long ago did this album come? It's been a couple years now or just
It's been
recently?
like almost 2 years, coming up
Oh,
in two
okay.
years.
Awesome. So yeah, it's still kind of new, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I love it, man. Just a showcase of your some of your most recent work. And so what's next, man? I mean, do you have I mean, it sounds like you got projects always in the works, but do you have something that's close to surfacing aside from the 45?
yeah. I mean, we're really trying to push this, get everything all together for this, the Telly McLean album.
Okay.
Because right now I think we already got like we got one fully done. There's just like a few missing elements, and then I think the second one we're already like halfway through that one.
Man,
Then we're trying to get a bunch of singles in there and everything as well too. So
yeah.
trying to just organize everything right now.
Yeah, hey, do you like to write with a beat or without a beat?
Depends. That's what I liked about working with Telly McLean because I did both.
Oh,
Like
okay.
sometimes he would have to leave, like or like it'd be hella late, and I'd be like, yo, and he's like, he'll be making beats, and then he'll just have just the drums, and he'd be like, yo, I was like, I can't, I don't know what to do, and I'm like, how about this? I'll just rap over the drums, and then next time I come back, like you can fucking do whatever you want to it,
Nice.
you know what I mean? Some things like that. Some of them are just like he'll just be making beats, and then I'll hear one beat, and I'll be like, yo, I've got something for this, and he's like, okay, for sure, run it. It just depends. Like sometimes we'll have like a drive of beats, and then sometimes I'll be at my house bored, start writing.
Yeah, hey,
Just
what do
depends.
you do when you face writer's block? What are your techniques to get over it?
Honestly, like I'm on the move so much, so it's like I don't really. It's hard for me to get writer's block. Sometimes when I do get writer's block, it's kind of just like I'll just put things down and go do something. Like
Yeah,
it's like obviously I got to experience something, so that's why I move around a lot. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Oh man,
always
that's
seeing
awesome.
shit.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I got problems with it, but you're right, man. You just put it down, move on to the next thing, and then come back to it.
Yeah, exactly. Just like your brain's like not up to it. Like can't force it.
Yeah, yeah. And are you full Native American or just half or quarter?
No, I'm like 87%.
Okay. Yeah. So hey, how's your Native American background? Has that helped shape who you are as an MC or stuff that you write about? Did that play any role in your MC identity?
I mean, yeah, it definitely does. Like definitely in
Yeah,
one way or another. Like I'm not like it's definitely like it impacted like how I rap because
yeah.
I've kind of rapped like a little bit different. But you could tell that I'm not really from the area. But it's kind of weird. So like
That's a good
even
point,
just
man.
the New Mexico style is definitely relevant in there.
Uh-huh.
And then, but I just kind of tweaked it to being out here and just being surrounded by like just trying like
Yeah, I love it,
yeah.
man. It's great. Just yeah, just pushing the envelope and creating a new sound. I think it's great. Um, and so hey, and so most recently, I learned that you were doing the Manic Mondays and getting down, and so it's a group of creatives making music. Can you tell me about that experience, what that event is, and how long you've been doing it?
Yeah. Manic Mondays, it's just like, a bunch of like all homies, all friends from Dell's and shit. Dell's homies and friends, and we just all get together, make some music.
It's
Got
crazy.
a bunch of OGs in there, and I just
Oh,
stepped in because Fanatic invited me, and then I met Dell. I've met Dell like a bunch of times, so I already knew who he was. And then fucking Fanatic was like, "Yo, come to Manic Mondays." So I went to Manic Mondays, and then that's when me and Dell just started kicking it. You know what I mean? Talking.
yeah. Hey, is that like an all night event, or is that just a couple hours and you guys, and you do one song and there are a couple people making songs?
Just depends. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
couple people making songs, making beats, and sometimes like last time I was there, we were recorded like 3 tracks in one night
Oh
with
man,
Fanatic. So
crazy.
yeah, I think only one came out. So
Yeah. Oh man,
yeah,
so you record? I mean, you wrote and recorded the song here.
yeah,
Okay, all right. So yeah, you knew. Oh, man, that's crazy. That's gotta be fun, man. I've seen some of the snippets, and I mean, you got a lot of folks out there, and it's just cool, man. Different rooms, a lot of different things going on, man. And so, yeah, have
yeah.
you guys been doing that? Pretty good Monday, every Monday. Has that been
I've been
running
trying
for a
to. I've
while?
just been really caught up with work because
Yeah, sure.
I just got promotion at work, so it's kind of like and it's busy season. I do catering, so it's busy season right now. So
No, I
I just
understand.
I told him the other day I was on the phone with him. I was like, I'm trying to come through today, but
Yeah,
I got work in the morning, so that's always a problem.
yeah. What city do you guys hold it in? Where's the event at?
I think it's in like Richmond or something like that.
Okay, yeah, still quite a drive if
Yeah,
you're coming from the Bay, especially traffic time. I imagine you guys probably don't start till evening time.
yeah, like 6.
Yeah, well, dope, man. It looks good, man. I look forward to hearing some of the future stuff and stuff that you've laid down already come out in the near future, man. It just looks like a real good event, man. Just
Yeah, it's fun, man.
yeah. And so, hey, man, and you mentioned to me too that you're into a different venture too, man. That you also throw shows. So yeah.
Well, yeah, I've been helping Telly, been helping me and Steady Lamp have been helping Telly out a little bit.
Okay,
You
cool.
know,
How
like
long have you
last,
been doing that?
he's been doing it for like a year, a
Okay.
little over a year, just curating it himself, and then I stepped in like last month to do that birthday party, that event, and then
Okay.
yeah, just trying to like build business models and everything. Like, so we're trying to help him on that level,
That's awesome,
trying to
man.
get it,
And
open
how
up
how
different
hard
avenues.
is how hard is it to find people to perform? It probably isn't, man, huh? Like is
Just
everybody
depends. Like the harder part is actually just getting like the proper acts together for a cohesive lineup.
I see. Yeah, and do you guys do it at the same venue, or is it? Are you guys looking for different venues all the time?
We have a monthly venue.
Oh, that's so dope, man.
Yeah,
And it's in San Francisco, or
yeah, in San Francisco, a neck of the woods.
okay. Yeah, and so
Yeah,
is it? Do
we're
you
trying
have?
to get we're trying to get a bi-weekly event going on at a different venue as well.
Yeah. And when you guys run it, you run it on the weekend, or is it sometime during the week?
It's always the fourth Friday of every month.
That sounds awesome, man. Yeah, it's good just to have like a resident event. Same. Sometimes you bring, obviously brings some of the same crowd, but then you people too as well. But yeah, it's fun to have those staple events, man. So that's awesome,
Yeah,
man.
it's fun, and we're
Yeah.
recently getting into like putting like fighting game tournaments in there.
So
Trying to get like all that. So
yeah, and so you're right, man. So you talked about getting into different models in terms of business, and just from what you've done in terms of like starting to support Kelly McLean out and what he's doing. What are some of the harder things in terms of like putting a show together, man? What are the challenges that you guys normally
man,
face?
getting getting everybody and everything together on everybody on the same page because
Yeah,
there's so many
yeah,
questions that everybody's gonna have. You gotta be ready to answer them.
yeah. And a
It's
lot, a
just
lot of
crazy.
yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
coordination and stuff. And
Yeah, and then it's like, a lot of mishaps, things that happen and
all right.
you know,
Yeah, and
yeah, it's
promotion
crazy.
too, right? Are you one of the
Promotion,
guys
yeah.
that helps promote the event, or?
I mean, well, we just kind of all do
Yeah, I guess you're
our
right.
own
It's
little thing for it, like, because we all have our own separate fan bases and everything. So
yeah. No,
figure like if
that's a good
if
point,
we
man.
all post like something on our own personal things, like enough people are gonna see it. Like that's the whole thing. Because yeah, it's weird algorithm things.
Yeah. Hey, so what's your philosophy too in terms of uh having physical product, the CD, or do you like that? Or are you of the age where like, nah, I just want to push stuff digital, or do you still
No, I
believe
like
that?
it. I
Yeah,
like it. It's
yeah.
the more the merrier. I'm not saying like I've seen people like where they have like set up their own table and it's just ridiculous. They have like 15, 25 things on sale, and I'm like,
All right, right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. It's just like, damn, that takes a lot of organization.
Yeah. Capital too, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, and so it's like, um, yeah, it's hard to get a sale these days, physical, because it's so easy just the digital world. So I was just
Right.
curious, man. That's something I battle with too, man. I just
Yeah.
I'm an older guy. I
I'm
enjoy having the physical copies, but yeah, it's much
yeah, we're
easier.
working on trying to get our physicals like with like with values and like box sets and stuff like that. I know like for me and Telly's we're working on so you get a set, a CD, a shirt, some stickers, and all this other shit with it.
Yeah. Hey,
So
yeah, and the shows that you're doing, are you performing too, or is it is it a hip hop show, or is it are you just curating the music? What kind of event is it?
it's like a lot of beat shows. And sometimes we get rappers in there.
Uh-huh.
There's like an open aux and everything in the beginning. So if you want to rap, you can't go rap. But
Cool.
for the most part, I'm there to support the artists and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool, man. Well, good, man. It's good to know, man. Bay Area is just alive and kicking, man. I love it, man. And yeah, and what else do you have planned for the future, man? I know you got a couple things with Telly that's in the works. Any other special projects that you got on the horizon, or that you've kind of started planting the seed for?
Yeah, I've been thinking about like my second solo album, and then also I got thinking about doing another album with Architect. Because we
Nice.
already have enough stuff. We were supposed to have some other shit come out too, but never came out. But
Yeah. Yeah. What about videos, man? Are you shooting any videos at this time, or?
not at the moment. We're probably actually gonna have a couple videos for the Telly project,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna do a couple of solo singles as well.
Okay. Awesome, man. Well, hey, how are you enjoying the music scene these days? I know you're part of the scene right now, but are you enjoying everything that you're hearing, or just back in the '90s, or what's your opinion of the scene these days?
In the Bay or what? Like just
I
in
guess
general?
yeah. Let's start with the Bay and then out in general after that. Yeah, good point.
It's got a good scene. You can find some good music. You just got to know where to look.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Um, yeah, can't
Any
really.
any favorites outside of the Bay that you're listening to now? Who are you into these days?
I mean, I listen to like like I said, like everybody. So
Yeah.
I mean, been listening. I mean, I can't even, just like the normals. To
Yeah.
me, when I say normal, I mean it's kind of like the to me and all my friends, like the shit that we listen to. It could be brand new, it could be old.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Some good staple underground stuff, or whatever classics, right? Yeah, classics like
yeah, you
Nas
know,
or something. Yeah.
yeah,
No,
exactly.
no, that's great, man. Well,
Just
good,
random
man. Well,
people. Could be something random.
huh. Yeah, and so yeah, I know, and you're right, man. Just like sometimes you just throw on that like underground hip hop playlist and you find out about someone else's dope, man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Much good
it's
music out
just
there. Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Well, good, man. Well, hey, man, you are a busy man. You got events that you help throw, you MC, you participate in these Manic Monday creative events, and you got job, family. What do you like to do for fun?
Make music, I can kick it
Yeah.
with this. I don't know. It's like I just like hanging out with my friends, and listening to hip hop, doing something hella hip hop. It's like that's all. That's how I look
That's
at it. Playing
yeah.
games or something, could be anything.
No, that's right,
I mean,
man.
we're just normal. We're just normal people too.
Yeah.
We like doing
Uh,
shit.
I hear that, man. You got any you got any hobbies, off the wall hobbies, or anything aside
I
from making
mean,
music?
well, I'll be playing like games. We
Yeah.
be playing games and everything, so something like
Nice.
that. Other than that,
Awesome.
like we just like I like going out, bar hop, doing whatever. Like I could be at a game. I could
Yeah.
be. You catch me anywhere. Like you could catch me at like the Civic Center in San Francisco, just hanging out or something.
Yeah, that's
Like it's
awesome, man.
crazy. Like you catch me at the Japanese Tea Garden doing a photo shoot. Like you never know.
Hey, so I always like to close the interview out with some fun questions. You ready, man?
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, if you could have one drink sponsor you, alcohol excluded, what drink would you pick?
Hmm. That's a good question. I don't know. I'd want to say like an alkaline water company or something.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Hey, man, I'm curious to see what kind of sense of humor you have. Hey, what are some of your favorite comedy movies of all time?
Comedy movies. Honestly, my whole family is like really big into movies, so I watch a lot of fucking movies,
Yeah,
like
me.
a
So
lot.
do we. Yeah.
Yeah, so
All
I
right.
don't know. I like it. Just depends, like from the '70s to the '80s, '90s,
Yeah.
like all the eras. I have like certain favorite movies in each of them.
No, that's good. That is kind of hard to
Yeah,
nickel
because
down on one.
because the comedy has changed so much in those certain years. It's like a different style of comedy every 10 years.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. And then you got dirty comedy, and
Yeah, that's what
family
I'm saying. And then
comedy.
like in the
Yeah.
2000s, they got like that's when like raunchy comedy came out, and
All right.
like,
No,
it's just
that's a
yeah.
good point. All right, man.
So it's
Hey,
hard to say.
what? No, that's all good. Hey, what about food, man? What's your favorite kind of food?
Oh man, I'm a chef, so it's like I just love
Oh,
all types. I love all types of food. That's what I be doing when I work.
that's what's up, man. Yeah. Okay, so that's hard too, man.
Yeah,
Yeah. Especially if you're a chef, man.
I mean, it's just I like I just like really good food. It could be
Yeah.
anything. As long as it's fucking like delicious. It's not weird, like super weird. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's awesome, man.
I like eating food in general.
Yeah, so do I. That's awesome. All right, man. Hey, favorite animal and why?
Favorite animal and why? Probably something like a I don't know, like a panther or some shit,
Yeah, yeah.
like a big ass black cat.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and why I don't know. Maybe because like that's what Michael Jackson turns into or some shit. I don't know.
Hey, that's a good answer, man. I love it, dude. All right, man. Hey, I'm gonna test you now, man. We're getting close to Halloween, so I want to test your knowledge about monsters, man. How,
All
how do
right.
you kill how do you kill a vampire?
How do you kill a vampire? Um, I mean, there's multiple ways. Sunlight, um, dagger
I,
through the heart.
I
You know,
forgot about the
garlic. That
sunlight.
garlic shit is stupid.
Yeah, dude,
Um,
I forgot about the sunlight portion, man. That's great. All right, man. Hey, that was pretty good for the first one, man. All right, hey, my last one for the Halloween question, man. How do you kill a werewolf?
silver bullet.
That's it, all day, man.
Silver.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, good, man. I appreciate your time, man, and just going deep into the history of Cochise, who you are as a person, and how how you became who you are today after that move from New Mexico to California, and then just you educating me more about the background behind your music and all the work that you're doing, man. Very active. I love it. I'm so excited to follow the rest of your music that you got coming out in the future, man.
Thank you, man.
Any
Appreciate it.
Yeah, any special projects you want to tell folks about, or any final words you want to say before we close this interview out?
Um, just always on the lookout. Just you always got something new coming out. Um, I just want to thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man.
Always always a good time being on an interview. Love it. But yeah, everybody that's listening, thank you, all the support and everything. I get it all the time from people, and doesn't go unnoticed. Taking everything into consideration for this next, like for the next stuff, because I every time like when I truly release something, I feel like it's like a piece of me, but I'm giving it to you guys for like as you know, it's like a piece of me because it's like I'm giving it away. It's crazy
That's
how
true,
I feel
man.
about it.
It'll be there forever, man. What's the best place to find your music, brother?
Um, let's see, YouTube, Bandcamp, YouTube and Bandcamp most likely.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, man,
Yeah,
enjoy the rest of your Monday. I appreciate it, man. It's been an honor to get down with you, and I look forward to sharing
man,
this interview,
appreciate it.
brother. Yeah, of course, man.
Hmm.